for my funny moments videos. Don't worry, I will be making more of those videos in the near future. This is just something different I've decided to try as a sort of experiment. Keep in mind, most of these audio settings will fit to my personal preference and what works well for me. These settings may be totally wrong for you, but these are just the basics on how to navigate around the voice and audio settings to stop you and other people in-game complaining and getting annoyed from people sounding like they're eating their microphones. But most of these settings should hopefully sound great for you, and you can let newcomers know how to get it right as well. Anyway, on to the most important bit, the tutorial itself. You must go to the menu by hitting escape. You should pretty much already know this. Then, go to the voice tab along the top. This should display the default settings, unless you have already tampered with them, which is fine as well. I will leave you guys a moment to pause the video and check out exactly what I have my mic settings on. To begin with, I would highly recommend setting both the input and output device settings, seen here, to default system device, especially for anyone like me recording, as any other setting may cause you to not be heard through your microphone at all, which may be pretty bad when you are desperately screaming the words, "I am friendly," down your mic. After this, I would highly recommend you using the push talk, as this is a lot more useful than having to toggle your mic on and off. Next, I do not tend to tamper with ducking settings, as I do not find it particularly important in most cases. So here I have set my slider to 40. The mic volume, I have a slight problem understanding. With it changed either up or down, my voice quality in game or on recordings is generally fine. However, it may change your mic in your video depending on what setting you have. I would honestly recommend changing it to 50 over the setting I have it to, which is 0. Next up, the talk volume. This is the main thing you will need to change when fixing your microphone, from sounding horrid to sounding much better, as this is what you will sound like in game. I would recommend setting this to around 50 to 60, but no more above this, as I found where the screechiness begins. Nevertheless, you may want to experiment with this depending on the quality of your microphone, as some may be quiet and others loud. The same applies to the listening volume. I would set it to around 50 to 60, as people can still sound loud to you even though their talk volume has been turned down. Also, you are obviously going to want to tick the enable box, as this is pretty darn imperative if you want to be able to communicate with someone in the vicinity. Last but most certainly not least is your general audio. This is music and effects wise. Honestly, you should tamper with these however you want, as everyone is different. But I would recommend, if you're recording and you want to use music in the background of your video, you set the master music volume down, as I felt it is a horrible clash with other types of music for me personally. The ambient slider, for example, is when music starts whenever you enter a new town or city, and the other entering the vicinity of a player or zombie. However, I have my doubts about the second slider, as these are just facts I have gathered from my personal experience. Both of these sliders do add a lot of immersion into the game. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, as this is something different from my usual stuff. If you did not enjoy it, just pop it down in the comments what I need to improve. If you did however enjoy this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and put down what I should do a tutorial on next. I'm sorry about the whole serious voice thing, not normally me, kind of weird doing this kind of thing at the moment. I've been really enjoying H1Z1 at the moment, despite the whole people being angry at it for having microtransactions and airdrops and whatnot. I'm not really into that kind of thing personally, but you know, it does seem a bit pay to win. I'm not going to get involved in this big argument. But anyway guys, I really did hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.